How you doing, Simpson?
Good, how are you?
All right, I'm doing fine. Glad to have you here. Glad to see you.
Okay.
We heard a lot about you. So, how was the drive here? How was the ride?
It wasn't too bad. Ran into a little traffic, but still wasn't a bad drive.
Okay, okay. Weather was pretty nice today to you?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna ask you a couple questions about, the job that you're trying to get with us, and we just go from there.
Okay.
All right. Well, tell me a little bit about yourself.
All right. 22 years old. I'm originally from Evansville, Indiana. Um, I played baseball my entire life. 2 years at the junior college level in the Alabama Community College Conference. Very competitive conference, as you probably know. I was first team All ACC there, and had quite a few Division I offers to play at the next level, and I chose University of Texas Pan American, which is where I currently am right now, finishing up my bachelor's degree in kinesiology, and I'm minoring in communications and education. So,
Okay. And why are you applying for this job?
I've always wanted to be a coach. I've always said whenever my playing days were over, I'd like to continue out the dream and still be around the game that I love. So,
Okay, that's awesome, man. And what do you think you can do to contribute to our program?
I believe I can do a lot of things to contribute to your program. I'm first and foremost a pitching coach because I was a pitcher in college and left-hander to be exact. And I know a lot about the game. I've played under a lot of guys that know a lot about the game and have had a lot of experience. And they've taught me a lot. I've really dedicated my time to picking their brains and really learning a lot about the game every day. So I believe I could be an excellent pitching coach or an assistant coach, either one. Preferably probably a pitching coach because obviously that's my main thing to do. So.
Okay. And who are some of the people that you played under? That I mean.
Okay. I in high school I actually played under Andy Rice. He actually played in the big leagues for 5 to 6 years, and he was a left-handed pitcher as well, and he knows a lot about the game as well as knows a lot of people that know a lot about the game. So I really picked his brain and his philosophies on pitching and how to do certain things a certain way, conditioning, stuff that matter. And I've also played under Manny Mantrana, who's the head coach at University of Texas Pan American, and he also has had a big league career and has been coaching for 15 or more years, and is a really prestigious name in the coaching world. So.
Okay, that's awesome, man. Sound like some great people that you've met in your life. So that's good. What would you say your strongest point as a coach?
Like I said, I've played under a lot of guys that know a lot about the pitching and the aspects of pitching and such as that. So, I really know a lot about the game just from experiences and stuff. And as a pitcher, you really learn a lot going along. I'm able to, I think I'll be able to really reach out to the kids, teach them a lot of things with mechanics, but also the mental side of the game because a lot of people say baseball is 80% mental and 20% physical. So, I think I can really help them out with mechanics. I have a lot of drills. I have a certain way I like to do things, and I think that's really worked because, the philosophies that I've gotten from Coach Mantrana, who played under a legendary coach at Louisiana State University, where they won 5 national championships in 10 years. So, I'd like to think it works.
That's awesome. And what are some of your weaknesses you may have that you need to work on?
I wouldn't say it's necessarily a weakness, but sometimes I let games and things that may happen in practice, really get to me and bother me at home. So, that's part of coaching, and I got to learn how to really stay level-headed throughout an entire season and not get too down or too high. that's definitely something I need to work on.
Okay. And how did your college experiences as well as your coaching experiences prepare you for this job?
Playing in the two conferences that I've played in, the ACCC and the Western Athletic Conference with UTPA, I've been through it all. I've played against some of the best competition. I've played with some of the best players. I've played under some of the best coaches. So, I've really gained mental toughness from playing in those two conferences, and it really learned a lot about the game. Because the game changes every year. There's rules and other things that that are out of your control, but you're forced to adapt with. So that's really taught me a lot. And as far as coaching, as my resume says, I've coached a summer baseball team for 2 summers, where one summer we won the state championship and the other we got runner up. So, I know what it takes to win, and I like to think I'm a winner.
Okay. That's awesome. That's the right mindset to have. Do you perform well under pressure?
Yes, I would say I perform very well under pressure. As a pitcher, you're put in a lot of situations where you're under pressure. Your entire career, you're going to be under pressure almost every game, whether it's making one pitch or getting out of a big inning when the bases are loaded in a jam. And that can really teach you a lot about life as well. To not give in, not give up. That's really important to me.
Okay, awesome. What are your coaching philosophy as a pitching coach?
Okay, some of them, I would like to say I want to train my pitchers to throw strikes. If they can throw the ball hard with velocity, then that's a plus. But I don't believe that pitching is all about who has the best stuff. So I think it's about really throwing strikes, and if you throw strikes, you're gonna win. Because if you look at all the numbers, the best hitters hit 300, so they get 3 hits every 10 at bats. Well, if you're not throwing strikes, they get on base. That's when it hurts you. So that's really a big part of my philosophy, is just throwing strikes. And I feel like if you throw strikes, you're going to be successful, because with my past experiences in coaching, the 2 pitching staffs that I've had, they've thrown strikes. I really taught them that was the most important part of the game. And as you can see, we've been successful. And even individually, those guys have been successful with furthering careers on to the next level. So.
Okay. Sounds good. Who has impacted you the most in your career, and how?
I would say it'd probably be my dad. I'm from a baseball family. I never got to meet my grandfather, but he was a scout in the Cincinnati Reds and the St. Louis Cardinals organization. So baseball is just in my blood. But my dad, ever since I can remember, he's always been preaching to me to work hard and be the best at what you can be, whether it's playing in the classroom or coaching. So I've really taken that mentality with everything I do, is to work my hardest and good things will happen. So I would say my dad for sure.
Okay. What is your desired salary for this job?
I'm gonna let you guys decide that. I'm applying for this position because I really think I can help your institution out. That's obviously out of my control as far as what you guys pay, and I think we can talk about that if you guys do decide to hire me.
Okay. All right. Is there any information I have not asked you that you feel is important for me to know?
I'd just like to say, I'm a very hardworking guy. I've played a lot of sports in my life. I really know what it's like to work hard, be disciplined, and be organized. And I think that if you guys were to hire me, then you'd be making a good decision.
Okay. That covers all the questions that I have for you. Do you have any questions for me that you would like to ask me?
As far as the school goes, what's usually the team GPA?
Well, right now the team GPA is 2.8.
Okay.
You know, I'm looking for a coach to come in and help guide those guys the right way. You know, and at least get it over 3.0. Achievers. And, that's what I like. You know, make sure those guys are doing the right thing in the classroom and outside of the classroom. So,
All right. Yeah, I think that's pretty much all I had to ask. So.
all right. Well, thanks for coming.
Yeah, thank you
And
for
I
having me.
enjoyed it.
Mhm.
All right. And see you again.
Okay.